Chief People Officer at DBL Law. Today, we're at Spark House at the Made It Studio, powered by DBL Law. We're going to be talking with our summer associates today to learn more about them and hear about their experience this summer. Ammar, welcome. Thanks for talking to us today. We're excited to hear about your experience as a summer associate at DBL Law.
Thank you for having me. I'm super excited to be here.
So tell us a little bit about yourself. What drew you to the law? Where are you in law school? And how did you choose DBL Law?
So I'm a Cincinnati native, grew up in Montgomery, went to Cincinnati Country Day, and then I did my undergraduate at Ohio State where I studied finance, and now I'm a rising 3L at UC. What brought me to the law, I shadowed an attorney in high school, and it was super interesting, like his client interactions, the flexibility in his work, the impact he had on his community. So that's what drew me to the law. And then the high-paced, really growth-oriented environment of DBL is what drew me to DBL in the first place. The people there, it's a really conducive learning environment where everyone's really like looking to help me grow, looking out for me, helping me with certain things, giving me responsibilities. So it's really fast-paced. I've learned a lot. I'm excited to continue to do so.
Before you started as a summer associate at DBL Law, what did you expect the experience to be like, and what has surprised you so far?
So when I started, I expected to be at DBL to be almost siloed with a particular practice group. What has surprised me is that I've been able to kind of get a wide breadth of experience. I've been able to interact with attorneys from all different practice groups and get assignments from them and kind of see how they operate within their group and within the firm ecosystem at large.
So walk us through a typical day as a summer associate at DBL Law. Is every day the same? Is every day different? What is your experience?
So a typical day at DBL for me, or a typical week, I typically have 2 to 3 large ongoing projects, and I keep a little bit of time open because typically someone will always drop in, give me a project, or talk to me, or have a meeting or that sort of thing. So I try to keep a little bit of time open, and then there's a lot of like social outings or other kind of extracurricular things that's really great at DBL, networking events. So it's a lot of work and a lot of play, which is really great and fosters a really great learning environment, both at my desk and outside.
So would you share a project, a case, or experience that really made you feel a member of the DBL Law team?
Yeah, so a particular project that's made me feel like a member of the DBL law team. I've been brought in on a real estate litigation matter directly with the partners, which has been really interesting, and I've been able to kind of work on like the entire life cycle of the project as it's developed, which has been really interesting and made me feel like I'm valued and a part of the team.
Ammar, what is a piece of advice that you've heard from an attorney that you know will stick with you throughout your legal career?
A DBL attorney told me that I should learn how to draft a will and understand the basics of estate planning because if I wanted to look out for the needs of my friends and my family as the attorney they know, that was a good way to do it and also a good way to support my practice.
So would you share a standout memory experience you've had either in the office or outside the office that just really stands out to you over your summer here at DBL Law?
So a standout moment from my summer here at DBL Law was the Reds game outing that we had. I feel like I've been able to meet a lot of like partners and some associates, but there were so many that I had not met yet. So it was really interesting to connect with them in a more social setting. And I feel like for me, I do well in a team environment, and that sort of event fosters that.
If a law student asked you why they should choose DBL Law for their summer experience, what would you tell them?
If you want to have and develop skills that will help you throughout your entire career, come to DBL for the summer. I've been able to work with many different attorneys on many different matters, hone drafting skills, legal writing skills, research skills, other social skills that have really made me a more well-rounded, younger, junior like person in the legal profession. So yeah, if you want to have a good career and you want to meet a lot of people and get a ton of really useful experience, come to DBL Law for a summer associate program.
So, Ammar, would you share some feedback on the summer associate program? What do you suggest we keep, do more of, or change moving forward?
I would say one thing I would love for us to keep is that the ability for me to work with anybody at the law firm at any given moment. There are times where someone who I had never met stopped in to my office and gave me an assignment. You have a better view of like what of the people at the whole firm. So I like having the dynamic atmosphere of I'm not just siloed in one area. I can meet anybody and talk with anybody and do work for anybody.
So, what was your first impression walking into DBL Law as a summer associate?
It's a very team-oriented environment. Everyone's looking out for each other. Everyone's super down to earth and willing to help and go the extra mile for each other.
So, what characteristics do you think a person needs to thrive at DBL Law as a summer associate?
They need to be flexible and they need to be dynamic and growth-oriented.
So, what has made your summer experience at DBL Law fun and memorable?
Being able to work with, especially the associates, and having a really good relationship with them where they help me grow, and then also going to social outings with them where I get to meet them a little bit more personally.
So, how would you define the culture of DBL Law?
It's very growth oriented. Everyone is looking out for each other and helping each other grow, and a rising tide lifts all ships.
Ammar, thank you so much for your time and for sharing your experience as a summer associate at DBL Law. It's really been a pleasure.
Thank you for having me.
Join us as a summer associate. Check out our website at dbllaw.com/careers.